My fall 2021 Culminating Internship took place at the Denver Public Library. Jennifer Dewey, adult programming librarian, acted as my field mentor. In addition to Jen, Amy Delpo, administrator of Older Adult Services, Virginia Vassar, manager of Cultural Inclusivity, and Kat Burney in adult programming, mentored me during this internship. My goal was to get experience in a wide variety of adult programming activities, and especially programming for older adults, LGBTQ customers, and immigrants and refugees. For this presentation, I will focus on two very different types of programs I worked on during the internship. I was lucky to get in on the ground floor of Unboxed, an intergenerational LGBTQ digital storytelling workshop for teens and older adults, by joining the project team that wrote the funding proposal to Linkages Colorado, a nonprofit whose mission is to make intergenerational programming the norm by building capacity, facilitating collaboration, and raising awareness of the power of intergenerational connections. Within a few weeks, Amy Delpo received the funding and we began planning the workshop with two experienced facilitators from Story Center, another nonprofit that creates spaces for listening to and sharing stories to help build a just and healthy world. Casey Fazio and I were the two DPL facilitators for the workshop. Casey recruited teen participants, and I recruited older adult participants. I developed a flyer and a recruitment plan to contact 7 area LGBTQ organizations and 10 community leaders. We completed our goal of recruiting 6 from each group for a total of 12 participants. One of the innovative aspects of the program is that we requested funding to pay the teen participants to help the older adults with technology. The workshop consists of 7 meetings from October 10th to December 4th. We designed the workshop to foster a creative, intergenerational community, so we included wellness activities and opportunities to get to know each other. Sessions provided instruction in writing a narrative, adding a voice narrative, and adding images to a video timeline and editing the video digital story. After the group screening, we will discuss whether participants would like to plan a public screening and/or would like to contribute their videos to the LGBTQ collections at the Denver Public Library's Western History Archive. On the other end of the spectrum, I co-hosted 2 weekly online English language conversation groups. This gave me experience in doing programs that require only an hour and a half of preparation each week. I co-hosted several programs before trying to host a conversation. Amy and Amelia, the usual host, showed me the ropes and I learned a great deal from watching them. I spent several hours looking over the resources that the Plaza program keeps for host. I developed a set of PowerPoint slides and then linked to 2 online videos about idioms. My presentation was focused on talking about activities that people do for fun, traveling, and the 2 idioms. As I'd hoped, the participants enjoyed the funny idioms "let your hair down" and "when pigs fly," and we had a great discussion about idioms in their home languages. I think the strength I used the most in this internship was flexibility. Programs involve people, staff, customers, and sometimes outside presenters or volunteers. Humans are not completely predictable. Moreover, if technology is involved, it doesn't always work. As much as possible, I saw the unpredictable side of programming as an adventure rather than an obstacle. I watched my mentors roll with the surprises and adapt to changes, or surprises, to present the best program possible under the changed circumstances. Perfection is not the goal so much as excellence, and excellence requires flexibility. My greatest challenge, on the other hand, was keeping track of communications for the many projects happening at once. I found I spent hours on email reading and responding to communications. I was terrified of losing an important communication and struggled to find the email I wanted within hundreds of other emails. I spoke to Jen and Virginia during my mid-quarter check-in session, and they gave me several Google email suggestions that helped me keep better track. This internship helped me further define my professional goals. I love doing adult programming. With a caveat, I'm experiencing a lot of burnout, likely due to working in a short-staffed library during the pandemic and to being employed full-time while going to school. Working with customers was something I enjoyed for several years. This year, it got to be too stressful for me to enjoy very much. At this point, I find I'm seeking a position that is not customer-facing all day. I have been working at the Denver Public Library's Western History Archive and find I really enjoy the processing side of archival work. Right now, this kind of work and environment works well for me. Eventually, I sense I want more of a balance between working with objects and working with customers. The experience and knowledge I gain from this internship will be vital. Most of all, I have a deep gratitude for all the people who helped me. First, I thank the University of Denver Online MLIS program for preparing me well to get the most out of this internship. I appreciate Mary Stanbury's guidance throughout the quarter and the chance to reflect on the experience in the Culminating Internship course. Next, I thank Jennifer Dewey at the Denver Public Library for using her expertise to design the perfect internship for me. It was exactly what I'd hoped it would be. Along with Jen, I thank Emmy Delpo, Virginia Vassar, and Kat Burney for plugging me into programs and projects they managed. Finally, I'm grateful to all the participants I encountered in each program. They taught me the most about how to create, plan, and implement programs in a public library setting.